Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Skyhawk, Soviet Global Command 12.3. Alright, tech. 5 roles for the Soviets: Advanced SLBM, Advanced ASF, Top Gun, Advanced Manufacturing, Advanced Airborne. And now you can see there is a staff debate going on. Apparently there's a disagreement about doctrine. Okay, yes, yes, and yes. So, Top Gun, Advanced SLBM, Top Gun, and Advanced Airborne. Alright, Stage 1 of Advanced SLBM. Stage 3 for Top Gun and Advanced Airborne is complete. There we go for the Soviet boys. They're parading in Red Square. Okay, next up is diplomacy. The Soviets are going to use their 2 free dice once again to try to entice Yemen into a military pact. Okay, then next up, the Soviets confirm battlefield nuclear release against NATO, since the battlefield nukes were used against them on NATO's last turn. So that is going to move the Soviets to DEFCON 1. They also get to place this reserve self-propelled artillery, and that's going to go here in southern Caucasia. And since the Soviets are at DEFCON 1, they get the -1 discount on all units and facilities. Now it says all units, and you have to produce military aid, so I took the discount for military aid too. I don't think I've ever had that come up before in a game that I can remember. They missed the... I'm going to change these out. They missed the advanced manufacturing. So the 2 minor air bases they're wanting to start are -4 each. So they're each going to cost 4 IPP. And that's going to be a total of 7 battle stars and 1 IPP. To start construction of 2 minor air bases. Okay, but now we're at military aid. So Warsaw Pact is getting a fighter and a destroyer for 8. Angola is getting, with arms sales and the DEFCON 1 discount, they're getting 2 air cavs for 5. As I said, we're starting 2 minor air bases for a Battlestar and IPP total of 8. Then over here we've got 2 mechs and a paramilitary for 7, a mech for 1. We have... check that. 2 next-gen MBTs. 2 next-gen MBTs and a fighter for, I think that's 13. And we've got 3 MBTs for 9. 2 fighters for 10. An early gen fighter for 2. We've got 2 early gen MBTs and 2 attack choppers for 10. 2 MBTs for 6. And 2 ground attack fighters for 6. Pretty big buy for the Soviets. Pretty big buy. All right, combat movement. There's going to be a little bit, not a bunch, but a little bit. Here, in this region, the destroyer from M6 moves 1 space to M4, and it shoots a cruise missile 1-2 into Western Egypt in a surgical strike. The strategic bomber in Tehran is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 out here to M9. He's going to shoot 2 cruise missiles, 1-2, into Western Egypt. From Syria, the early gen fighter and the fighter come along to escort. And is that all the escort they want? No, it's not. They're going to, these 2 fighters from Baghdad will fly 1-2 out here to join the escort. And with 4 escorting fighters, NATO was considering scrambling their ASF from Marmara to defend an ally. But with 3 enemy fighters and an early gen escorting, they're not going to send a single ASF up against that. Because the best the ASF could do would be to kill the early gen. So they're not going to scramble. So 3 cruise missiles into Western Egypt in a surgical strike. Then the Soviets have decided it is time to take possession of southern Turkey. So they're going to move up here in an unopposed attack to do so. No battle star, no money changes hands. Okay. Next. Combat movement. The Soviets, the 2 diesel boats here in A40 are coming off silent. Well, they're coming off silent run into combat movement. They have port bonus, so 1, 2, 3. They're coming up here to A19 to attack the American Sea Lift. And then I think that's it. I believe that is it. I decided not to do any cruise missiles up there because there's too much AMD and not enough missiles that can be shot. Oh, wait a minute. I should have announced this right at the beginning of combat movement. The Soviets, with an airborne and 2 early gen fighters, are declaring war. They're attacking and declaring war on South Africa. They've met the threshold. They have at least 1 land unit and 1 air unit involved in the attack. So, as soon as they do this, the enemy of my enemy, South Africa, signs a military pact with U.S. Global. So, this is all Soviet. This is all American. We'll read that one more time just to be sure, but I'm sure that's it. Wait a minute. South Africa signs a military pact if U.S. Global declares war on Angola or Angola is possessed by Soviet Global. But you have the situation of the Soviets declaring war on an American defense treaty minor. And when a defense treaty minor is at war with the same major you're at war with, everybody's at war. It's a special alignment condition, though. That one's a bit of a kerfuffle. I'm going to have to say the special alignment condition overrides the base rule. Nah, that doesn't make sense to me. Even if this is wrong, this is the way I'm going to do it. It's a defense treaty minor. You declare war on them, you're at war with the Americans. So this all becomes Soviet, this all becomes American. So there will be SR-71 defense in Southwest Africa. Okay, that's it for combat movement. So let's do the surgical strike in Western Egypt first. There's no AMD there. And there is 1 hit. And wait a minute. Okay, the Soviets have PGM, so yeah, it's target select. And of course it doesn't matter because there's only 1 target to select. So they kill 1 air cav. But that reminded me, the Soviets are also doing an ASAT attack. So let's go ahead and roll the ASAT. There's a 1 that is successful, so we flip the American spy satellite over. There we are, very good, very good. Okay, now we have the 2 diesel boats attacking the Sea Lift in A-19. They do kill 1. I could be remembering wrong. I didn't look at it, but I'm thinking we changed that sea lift attack to match oil tankers. You just get one shot at it, and you have to roll hits. It's not auto kill anymore. Okay, so that's that. And I think to get a battle star, it has to be. Actually, I don't see anything on there. Battle Star is about killing sea lifting units anymore. Okay. So that, I believe, is it for combat move or combat resolution. No, we have to do South Africa. So we just got 2 defenders, a mech, and a field artillery. He's airborne assault. So there's shitloads and shitloads of things there to attack with. But the airborne assault and the 2 early gen fighters have to go because that's what set all this up. It's the Soviet units attacking. Okay, they all missed. So now there are, the defending artillery's first strike. Okay, he missed. Okay, so now there are 3 field artillery shooting chemicals. Sorry, I got things a little out of order here. 3 field artillery shooting chemical. Okay, there's a disruption. So that mech is at a 4 now instead of 5. All right, now let's do 4 more early gen fighters. Okay, there's 1 hit. And let's do 2 ground attack fighters. There's the second hit that's needed. Let's do medium bomber just because he missed. We got 2 fighters. Okay, there's some overkill. So the defending mech at a 4. He does get a hit with a 1. Okay, so this is a land battle star for the Soviets. These guys are gone. It's not worth any money. Get a roundel on there, and I'll change the pieces out off camera and move them all down. Okay, that's it for combat. So now we got to do the diplomacy roll. No joy. Yemen retains its independence. Okay, non-combat movement. So this. This is all in here. He's in here, he's in here. The air all flew back to Angola. Over here in the Atlantic, the SSN and A41 is going to 1, 2, 3 down here. It stayed on silent running. Down here to A48. He wants the Americans to chase. Then up here, This MBT will move 1, 2 from Gotaland to Nordland to garrison that coast. The 3 MBTs in West Poland, 1, 2 into northern Germany. Two next gens and a ground attack fighter from Western Ukraine with strategic land movement 1, 2, 3 to East Germany. And over here in the Caucasus Mountains, these guys advance from southern Caucasia to Anatolia. The Spag stays behind in southern Caucasia. And then I'll do it from the other side because it's easier for me to reach the cards from there. The ground forces in Baghdad, well, actually all the forces in Baghdad, which is these 3 next-gen MBTs and these 2 ground attack fighters, are all moving down to Basra. And then this air has to land. So this guy is flying back here to Tehran, and these guys are all going back where they came from. These 2 to Syria, and damn it, slipped out of my hand. And now, of course, I got magnets stuck to multiple stands. Those 2 fighters came from Baghdad, so they go back there. All right, I believe that does it for non-combat movement. I think it does. Okay, so now we're going to get to placing some units. And this is going to be a little wild and woolly, so bear with me because I'm going to have to go back and forth from notes to pieces. Okay, we've got two mechs built in northern Algeria at that minor army base. Giving western Algeria a second paramilitary. Tunisia gets a paramilitary. And an early gen fighter. Baghdad. There's the Baghdad card up here. He's getting 2 early gen MBTs and 2 attack choppers. And I'm trying out a new attack chopper because I'm not real pleased with the As my Mi-24s age, I think the rotor blades seem to be becoming more brittle. I mean, I can just brush them with a finger and they snap right off. So I'm trying the Ka-50 attack chopper for the Soviets. I'm going to see if those blades hold up any better. So that's Baghdad. Syria. If we get much more crowded here, Syria is going to need a card. Syria is getting 2 ground attack fighters.
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
Well, when you say Syria, Siri thinks you mean her. Have to keep that in mind. Tehran is getting... Tehran's getting 2 MBTs and a pair of fighters. South Caucasia is getting 3 MBTs. What I got left here? As long as I'm here, though, these 2 minor army bases go on the facility production chart, since we were not able to get advanced manufacturing. And let's get a couple of construction markers. One of the minor army bases begins construction here in South Caucasia, and the other one is going to be here in Shiraz. All right, now we have 2 next-gen MBTs and a fighter that are being built here in Benelux. So the fighter goes on the board, and the 2 next-gen MBTs go on this card. There we are. All right. That is it for unit placement. So now we're delivering aid. So we've got a fighter. Well, I didn't bring a sculpt with me. They didn't have any. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're doing it down here. That's why I need a chip. Fighter gets delivered to Romania. And then the destroyer, they can't get him there, so he has to come here. The destroyer goes there in A12 with the Warsaw Pact Baltic Fleet. And then the forces that were purchased and produced for Angola, the 2 aircavs are heavy airlifted into Angola. There we go. All right. Missiles. Soviets produce 8 cruise missiles a turn now. Talking about stuff getting brittle, I just leaned over and barely brushed against that, and that infantry snapped right off at the ankles. They add 8 cruise missiles to the inventory and 3 anti-ship missiles. Okay, money. Soviets are at 61. Let's do the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Syria, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I think that's right, it was 13 last time too. 13, and then 2 for Nigeria is 15, 2 for Shiraz is 17. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anybody else. I think I am. Central Turkey is 1, makes 18. Anatolia is 1, makes 19. And that's it. So 19 on the 61 is going to be 80 IPP. You heard that right. I did say 80 IPP for the Soviets. There we go. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.